there's a chance that we could get this multi-sensor independent data, and again, we'll calibrate that as an instrument so that we know the ins and outs and the weaknesses and strengths of the data that comes from that phone triangulation. And that will all feed into, if that's coupled then with eyewitness reports, can be turned into a scientific paper that could just be like, gold. When you have multi-sensor data, that's like the holy grail, for a UFO sighting.
Technology like this, deployed at this scale in the hands of citizens in the way that this would be, it would potentially make firsthand witnesses out of all of us. It's like, what if we all could have that experience? You download the app. I mean, you're alerted, you go take a photo, you saw it with your naked eye. And so now this is guiding the human eye to the perception itself, instead of hoping that we just randomly look up.
I think that people, just from childhood, your parents say, don't touch the stove. It's hot. You're going to burn yourself. It's very fundamental to our upbringing to hear an authority figure say something, and then we can believe that. And then, of course, if you're going to try to make the decision yourself, there's so much, uncertainty, and you have to sift through. It's such a job to figure out what's really true. So it's so nice if an authority figure, let's say the president of the United States, comes up and says, UFOs are real. Then we all go, okay, UFOs are real. I heard it, But short of that, if an official doesn't tell you, then it dries up. But the other modality is if you see it with your own eyes. So that's where we are. We're saying those officials aren't standing up. They're keeping it a secret for whatever reason. And so the general population just, can't cross that fence quite yet. But if they saw it with their own eyes, so if they bought this equipment, put it on their roof, and became part of this network where we're all seeing it with our own eyes, there's something going on in the sky that doesn't make sense.
Right. So everybody on hashtag UFO Twitter who's tired of hearing the trust me, bro, reality, which is, I know a guy who's in government. He said, okay, if you're tired of that, well, here you go. Mitch Randall, thank you for devising the solution, and Peter Davenport and all the others who have been, putting these tools out there. Now it seems like the funding is needed. The why is evident to me. I hope it is to those watching as well. It's now just the how and the making it happen. I want to also observe just, on the topic of disclosure, because, here government, like you said, toothpaste comes out of the tube, it dries up, and the forces of time desiccate it and blow it away as if it never came out. And this is just an ever washing cycle, right? And, and yet we also have to wonder, why is government undertaking this? Is it a slow acclimation? Is it a timed or staged disclosure? Is it simply out of the recognition that society can't handle it, but they need to know eventually? I think, interestingly, there's a strange synergy to this kind of technology being out. It both forces the hand of government, right? Because, hey, if there were 100 of your devices in the Northeast right now tracking these craft over New Jersey, it's just harder for the government to say, oh, no, it's prosaic. It's not foreign adversarial. They can do typical drone-like maneuvers. And by the way, there's no risk. There's no threat to public safety. Okay, harder to do that, right, if there is a data set and people are snapping photos to corroborate it and making eyewitness accounts that are, location, geotagged, time-stamped in ways that are non-fungible for them to carry on that narrative. So it forces their hand. But interestingly, it also lowers the pain threshold for what we call government disclosure. Now government can confirm what the people are disclosing.